Hello, guys. It's Thursday, August 27th. I greatly enjoyed reading your discussion post yesterday about Sunday candy and the art of storytelling. So, let me show you what we're going to do today. Today's going to be a writing focused day, which is something we'll do once a week. So, let me give you some resources to get you started. If you click on our task list for today, there's a few more things than usual because I'm introducing you to how we're going to write in this class. So, first off, you'll journal. As we always do, this is our 7th journal. And if you look, you're going to write a journal about writing. Tell me, do you enjoy writing? Why or why not? What type of writing do you like to do? What's your least favorite? Tell me a little bit, creatively, of course, about writing and whether you enjoy it. Then there are 2 things for you to do. This is steps 3 and 4 that show you an example of good writing. You're going to write 2 paragraphs at the end of this lesson, not yet. And I want to show you an example of a great paragraph before you write your own paragraphs later. So what you will do is read this number 3, which is a great paragraph example. This is an example a student wrote in my classroom last year at Byhalia Middle School. And after you read this great student paragraph, you have a short quiz assignment where you answer 3 questions, and they're very simple. But I'll read them with you now so you can have them in your head while you read the great paragraph. You'll, number 1, write down 3 things that you think the student did well in that paragraph. Number 2, you'll write down 1 thing you think that student could have possibly improved on in that example paragraph. And 3, you'll explain 1 thing that that student did in their paragraph that you would like to maybe try in your own writing later. So this will come after you read the student example paragraph. And now let's go back. I want to read this paragraph with you and tell you a little bit about why I chose it as an example of great writing for you guys. First off, to know, this paragraph was called Facebook's Funeral, and it was written again by a student last year. They're in the 9th grade now. This student, he was writing about a graph or an infographic that we looked at as a class. This is it. And it simply shows that people, young people especially, are using Instagram and Snapchat more and more, and Twitter and Facebook less and less. So let's see what this student wrote when he tried to summarize the information in that infographic. I'll read this with you. This student wrote, Facebook's funeral will be held in 2020 when it's completely dead to the younger generation. It is rare to see teens going around saying things about Facebook or Twitter. It's mainly the older people who use these apps. According to this infographic, only 6% of teens, at least the ones they asked, said Twitter or Facebook was their favorite or go-to app. The reason behind this is the fact that technology is developing so much and these apps are becoming better, such as Instagram, with all of the features and updates being added to the app. So let's talk about this paragraph. Let me tell you 2 things I really like about it, and then you can proceed to your quiz assignment. One thing I loved about this paragraph is the creative opening sentence. Instead of starting off with a very sort of boring sentence, something like, Facebook is not as popular as Snapchat. He chose a more creative way of describing it. He said Facebook's funeral will be held in 2020 when it's completely dead to the younger generation. Okay, this is much more interesting, right? He chose to use figurative language. He said Facebook's funeral will be happening. We know Facebook's not really dead, but in our heads, maybe it is because it's being used less. The other thing I like about this paragraph is that he uses evidence, right? He says 6% of teens use these apps like Facebook and Twitter, and he even cited where he got it. He said, according to this infographic. So I like that as well. He used clear evidence from the source. You might be writing about the poem and article we read this week later, but right now he was writing about this infographic. So those are 2 things I liked once again. I like a creative opening in my writing, and I like to see evidence in writing. So now you can pause, go ahead and proceed to the quiz assignment, which is number 4 in your daily task list, where you answer 3 questions about this example paragraph. Go ahead, good luck, and if you have questions, of course, email me or use the question board. And once you're finished with that short quiz, you'll watch another video about our writing assignment for the end of today.